Welcome to my channel Be Wise. Today's topic latitudes and longitudes. Globe is a true model of the earth. The intersection of latitudes and longitudes form a framework known as the geographic grid. Eratosthenes, the Greek philosopher, who had for the first time calculated the circumference of the earth, had devised lines of latitudes and longitudes to locate places on the earth. The length of the equator is equal to the circumference of the earth, or 40,077 km. The imaginary lines running east to west parallel to the equator are called lines of latitude. A latitude is the angular distance of a place north or south of the equator. Lines of latitude are the imaginary lines joining all places having the same latitude towards north or south of the equator. Since the line of latitude are parallel to the equator and each other, they are called parallels of latitude. Each parallel of latitude is a full circle. However, only the equator is a great circle. The lines of latitude are not of equal length and become smaller as we move towards the poles. At the poles, these lines are just points or dots. There are total 181 parallels of latitude at 1 degree interval. Equator is the longest line of latitude. It represents 0 degree latitude. Besides the equator, the North Pole and the South Pole, there are 4 important parallels of latitudes: Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, Arctic Circle, and Antarctic Circle. The equator that runs midway between the poles divides the earth into 2 equal hemispheres, known as the Northern Hemisphere and the Southern Hemisphere. Latitudes give us the location of a place north or south of the equator. Such a location is known as an absolute location. Distances are calculated with reference to the equator at right angle to the place. We can therefore measure the distance of any place from the equator based on its degree of latitude. For example, the latitude of Mumbai is 19 degree north and that of New Delhi is 30 degree north. We know that 1 degree latitude equal to 111 km. We can say that Mumbai is 2109 km away from the equator. Similarly, New Delhi is 3330 km away from equator. Besides helping us to locate places on maps and charts, lines of latitude divide the earth into distinct heat belts or temperature zones. Areas lying between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn receives the maximum heat and is called the torrid zone or hot zone. The areas bounded by the Tropic of Cancer and the Arctic Circle in the Northern Hemisphere and the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle in the Southern Hemisphere have moderate temperatures. These are therefore called temperate zones. Areas lying between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole in the Northern Hemisphere and the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole in the southern hemisphere are very cold. It is because here the sun does not rise much above the horizon. Therefore, its rays are always slanting and provide less heat. These are therefore called frigid zones. A longitude is the angular distance of a place east or west of the prime meridian. The imaginary lines running north to south passing through the poles are called lines of longitude. The prime meridian is the line of longitude whose angular distance is defined as 0 degree. The lines of longitude are also called meridians of longitude. There are a total of 360 lines at 1 degree interval. The prime meridian divides the earth into the eastern hemisphere and western hemisphere. Unlike parallels of latitude, all meridians are of equal length. Thus, it was difficult to number the meridians. Hence, all the countries decided that the count should begin from the meridian which passed through Greenwich, where the British Royal Observatory is located. The meridian is called the prime meridian. From this prime meridian, we count 180 degree eastward as well as 180 degree westward. The prime meridian and 180 degree meridian divide the earth into two equal halves, the eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere. Therefore, the longitude of a place is followed by the letter E for the east and W for the west. It is, however, interesting to note that 180 degree east and 180 degree west meridians are on the same line. As the earth rotates from west to east, those places east of Greenwich will be ahead of Greenwich time and those to the west will be behind it. The rate of difference can be calculated this way. The earth rotates 360 degree in about 24 hours, which means 15 degree an hour or 1 degree in 4 minutes. Thus, when it is 12 noon at Greenwich, the time at 15 degree east of Greenwich will be 15 into 4 equal to 60 minutes, that is 1 hour ahead of Greenwich time, which means 1 pm. But at 15 degree west of Greenwich, the time will be behind Greenwich time by 1 hour. That is, it will be 11 am. The local time of any place is obtained by the overhead sun at noon. The time at Greenwich has been selected as the mean time. The time fixed with reference to Greenwich is called the Greenwich Mean Time or GMT. In India, 82 degree 30 minute east is the central meridian. It passes through a place near Allahabad. It is known as the standard meridian of India. The local time at this meridian is taken as the standard time for the whole country. It is known as the Indian Standard Time or IST. The international date line or IDL is the 180 degree line. Friends, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe this channel.